So here we have Blue's go home video. It's crazy to think that Blue has finished his training. He's doing so well with everything. Keep in mind, this video is not meant to have Blue demonstrate doing everything perfectly, but instead to show you how to continue working on his training in your own home. So what that means is this will show you how to start, follow through, and end positively with all of his commands. So here we're doing some sits and downs, and he actually didn't want to go right into a down, so you'll see that I just hold that treat and I hold my hand signal firm towards the ground, and I bent over a bit more than I usually have to. So you may find yourself going back to a lure phase, and that's fine. Before you know it, he will be right back to where he is now. That being said, we were in a very distracting environment. We were in the town setting with a lawnmower and leaf blower going on right near us, as well as some of our other dogs walking around the town environment as well. And Blue did great during this session. So next you will see us working on his place command. So when working on his place command, you will reference to the bed telling him place. And when he gets on there, say yes, good boy, those positive marker words to reassure him he's doing everything you're asking of him. Creating some distance and then giving that release word of okay. If he were to step off, I would say pick him up and put him right back on that bed to demonstrate follow through. So here we're doing it again. Again, I create some distance between him and I trusted him so much with this command that I dropped the leash because he has this pretty down pat, as well as he is such a good boy and would never just dart away. So I trusted him in this environment to drop that leash and create quite some distance between him and I. I gave Blue that universal release word of okay, and used a positive marker word while giving him that treat and praise. Some examples of when best to use this command would be while you're eating dinner, doing house chores, or you just want Blue to be content in one location without putting him in the crate. I do recommend practicing this heavily when he comes home to continue how strong he is with it, as well as to continue growing, and this way you can give him those opportunities to hold it while you are more so distracted. When he first comes home, I do not recommend giving him the place and just leaving the room, because you have to build up to where we are now with bonding as well as practice. But before you know it, he will be right on track with all of his commands, as long as you still put in that time and energy into him to continue working on things like this. Blue is such a sweet and good boy. Definitely going to miss him. He has been such a fun puppy to work with, and he's so smart. He's very food motivated, never saying no to a treat. He likes his toys, but he loves his people more. Here you can see us running through Blue's kennel and wait commands. So I gave him that wait, I opened that door, and he waited patiently until given that release word of okay. When kenneling Blue, you take that treat, showing him you have something yummy, tossing it in, telling him kennel, closing that door, waiting for his focus to be on you instead of chewing. That's when you give that wait command, and okay is that universal release word. You can also do the toy method, especially for nighttime crating when you want to avoid filling up the tank after Blue's already gone outside to empty it. So instead of tossing a treat in, you would just toss a toy in and follow through just the same as if it were that treat. Here you can see us working at the airport just to make sure that Blue was comfortable in this environment as well as minding still in this very distracting environment. He is holding his sit stays, as you saw, gave him that sit, flat open hand like a stop sign saying stay, created distance, and then here in a moment I will give him that release word. And again, that's that universal okay.
Okay. Yes, good boy. Good job. This way. Sit. Stay. Okay. Yes, good boy.
Blue was doing so good with all of his commands as well as with his house training and crate training. He is a very good boy in the home, as well as is doing good with asking to go out and not having accidents in his crate at night.
Okay. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Ready? Sit. Down. Stay. Breathing.
So in a second here, right there, Blue broke away. And not that he got up and ran away, but he broke position. Stays are very structured. We want him to hold that down stay until given that release word. Even though he stayed and just popped up into a sit, you have to follow through and demonstrate that to him. So walking over and just gently laying him back down and then following through by continuing with the command and creating distance. You may have to do this more than once like you're seeing here, and that's perfectly normal. This is just how you demonstrate to him that he has to follow through and do it. Otherwise, if you were to give up and let that behavior just kind of go, he is going to think that's acceptable and it will become a habit and he will lose the strength with this command that he has.
Stay. Stay.
I did include a little clip of us working on his leash walking when he goes out in front of me, just saying, easy, let him hit the end of that leash, and do not continue walking until he gives you this type of slack. If you were to continue walking, he's going to think he's allowed to pull you, and that's not true. So when you stop and you wait, you can even take a treat and hold it to your left side. You just do not want to encourage that pulling behavior by continuing walking. Blue has been such a good boy, and I hope you enjoyed his go home video.